I'll just introduce myself. I'm doing a short Dharma talk to precede Sensei's wonderful recorded video message. He is in San Diego with Kyoko-san to celebrate their Ho'onko. So, let me begin my talk with a quote. Amida's light is like the sunlight which shines throughout the 4 continents. The blind do not see it, but it does not mean that sunlight is not universally present. And this is a quote from Tan Luan, one of the 7 Pure Land Masters. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Okay, the theme of my message is the story of the true value of a gift. And I'd like to thank Dr. Tom Calabrese, who is a professor at IBS, for sharing this story with me. I will quote the story from the writings. The prediction of Brahmasri features a brief encounter between the Buddha out on his daily alms round, the begging bowl, and a group of children playing on the outskirts of Siravasti. A boy named Brahmasri offers the Buddha the pavilion he has made of sand and dirt. The Blessed One accepts it and transforms it into one made of precious metals and jewels. Seeing this wonder, Brahmasri makes a vow to become a Buddha himself in the future. This prompts the Buddha to smile and predict Brahmasri's future awakening. So a wonderful story about transforming an object into jewels. However, I wondered as I read the story, was it really turned into precious jewels? Or did the Buddha see the value of the precious gift from the heart of a little child who had shaped the mud and sand into a precious treasure he wanted to give the Buddha? So now I will tell you of my encounter with a little boy who gave a gift to his father. Like the story I just told you of the Buddha, my son gave his father a gift. So take a look at it. Even Jeannie said this morning, he says, "What is that ugly thing doing there?" So, but you have to imagine that this is not even half of it. There was another bird on top that just broke off. Okay, so this is the whole piece. It was big. And, but Matthew, he had carefully picked out the ceramic bird from the rummage sale at Obon and gave it to his father. So I'm asking you, what ways would you respond to this gift? Please take a look at it in its full glory and color, okay? There are many ways to look at this gift. I'm his mother, but honestly, this is not a beautiful, this is a pretty ugly piece, but I would never tell him that. So his dad gave him a very human reaction, looking only at the outward appearance and the value of this gift. Unlike the Buddha's response, he told Matthew he shouldn't waste his money on such a gift. And it was a waste of time and a waste of, even if it was $1, it was still a waste of his money. And Matthew had been so excited, and I know he was, because he thought this was beautiful. Yeah. And I know you can all feel his utter disappointment. As a mother, it broke my heart, and I'm sure yours as you hear this story. How often have we done this to someone and didn't realize the pure love and heart with which it was given? I had a Buddha moment. I can tell you those moments are outnumbered by the numerous times I have, done unkind actions and thoughts. I told my son I know how much care he put into picking this gift, and I loved what he did from his heart. I told him I would keep this birds forever, because of the wonderful, kind, and caring spirit that he had. So as you can see, I still have it, displayed in my apartment, but a little bit hidden by the lamp. Okay? This was a Dharma lesson that I thank his dad, who has since passed away, for giving me the chance to see clearly that the gift was not what was on the outside, but was filled with my son's beautiful spirit of joy and giving and sharing. Dana is one of the most important values in Buddhism. As we have read, it is one of the 6 paramitas. Dana, the practice of selfless giving and generosity without the expectation of anything in return. It's part of our practice as Buddhists. Giving a gift is important, but how do you receive this gift? So to my son Matthew, who is now 38, I will keep this bird forever because it is filled with your priceless kindness and joy in wanting to give this to his father. Matthew doesn't need it anymore, but I do, to remind myself to see the gift inside and not judge it by its appearance and value. The Buddha saw the pricelessness of the child's gift of the pavilion made of sand and dirt. So I treasure this bird, which is truly worth more than the Mona Lisa at the Louvre. Amida is always reminding us to see reality as it is and see real value of the gifts that surround us. We as imperfect human beings are often blind to true worth in this world. So I hope when you step outside, you'll take a moment to stop and look. You will find precious jewels everywhere, not just the beautiful, obvious ones. Be kind to someone and make this world a better place for all. Again, remember that we are connected with everything and everyone through this one life we are given. I am so grateful I was able to see through the Buddha's eye this small Dharma lesson in my life. It makes me feel and say, Namo Amida Butsu. I'd like to end this message with another quote from Shinran Shonin from the Jodo Wasan. When we say Namo Amida Butsu, the countless Buddhas throughout the 10 quarters, surrounding us 100-fold, 1,000-fold, rejoice in and protect us. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much. It is really hard to say Namo Amida Butsu with this bird in my hand. But next, we're going to have a wonderful video message from Reverend Gibbs, so please.